Hi guys, welcome back to More Than a Conqueror. We are continuing to talk about the characteristics of God, and today we are going to talk about one of my favorite characteristics, God's gentleness. Jeremiah 31:3, you will probably hear me say this a lot because it's my favorite scripture. It says, "You have drawn me with loving kindness." God is kind, He is gentle. In 2 Samuel chapter 22 verse 36, it says, "You have given me the shield of salvation, and your gentleness has made me great." There is this misconception about who God is, that He is harsh and a dictator and demanding and standing over us with this ruler that says you're not matching up to my standards, and so therefore you're not worthy of whatever. And that is a lie straight from the pit of hell. That is not our God. That is not the way that He views us, and that is not the way that He interacts with us. God is gentle. And while, yes, there are things that God requires of us, He shifts us, and He cleans our hearts with gentleness and with loving kindness. It's not a do as I say, as some of us might have been raised in that type of household where it's like, well, Mom, why do I have to do that? Because I said so. No, it's things are done for our benefit, and He's so gentle about it. And when I think about my own journey and some of the struggles that I've had, there was a point in time where I was addicted to cigarettes, and I would smoke for a few years, and I was following God and struggling with this addiction. And God was so gentle. Never once did He condemn me. Never once did He make some bad accident happen to prove a point or to make me change my behavior. But He just continued to pour into me who He saw me as, the woman that He saw me as. He would call me a leader. He would call me blessed. He would call me an encourager. And He was so gentle in the way that He pursued me, that eventually I got to the point where it was something I no longer wanted to do, because I began to believe in the person that God saw. Whoever it is that God saw me as, I started to be able to see myself as that person as well. And that can only come from being gentle. I think about as a mom, when my children are acting out and they're being really crazy, and it happens often. When I get really frustrated with them and I'm stern and I'm like, if you guys don't stop and calm down, that doesn't work. I can yell and fuss all day long and scream at my son for him to get in the shower, and he will not get in the shower. And all I've done is I've exasperated myself. But then when I take the time and I explain to him and I sit him down, I'm like, babe, I need you to get into the shower because you stink. And if you want to get in my bed and you want to cuddle, you need to take a shower. And my gentleness will urge him to do something a whole lot quicker than when I'm yelling and fussing. And it's the same, like God is a perfect father. He knows that. He knows that gentleness is what will draw us to change. And so that's what He uses. He uses His gentleness. He doesn't use force. He doesn't use punishment for us. He uses His gentleness. And in Psalms 119:92, it says, "If your instructions hadn't sustained me with joy, I would have died in my misery." What a beautiful thought, that God's instructions actually sustain us with joy. And I'm gonna get real honest here. We live in a very overly sexualized culture where it's okay to sleep with multiple people. It's okay to do whatever you want to do. And if this is a journey that you're on, by no means is there any condemnation in this. But just speaking from my own personal experience, I know what it's like to wake up feeling shameful and guilty. I know what it's like to stay in the bed all day on Saturday or on Sunday because of a decision that you made on Saturday, and how sleeping with people, using sex as a means of enjoyment and entertainment is taxing on your soul. It draws so much out of you, and that's what it did for me. But God's instruction, the simple instruction to wait for marriage, brings me so much joy. I have so much joy in knowing that I'm honoring my body, in knowing that I'm honoring God, and in knowing that I'm doing what's best for me, that it brings me joy. And this joy, like, I am sustained with that joy. I enjoy it, as opposed to previously when I would do whatever I wanted to with my body because it is my body and I had that choice. I would wake up in misery day after day after day. And so today I get to walk in freedom and I get to walk in joy, not because God condemned me with his rules, but because he instructed me with his gentleness, and he pulled me out of darkness. He rescued me, literally. He grabbed me by the hand and he gently walked me to the point where I could stand in freedom from all of my addictions, whether it was smoking or sex or alcoholism, whatever it is. Being able to stand in freedom, that came only through the gentleness of God. And so I just want you to know that God is not looking at you with disgust. He's not looking at you in anger. He's not mad at you. He loves you so much, and he is gently pulling you from wherever you are into a place that he has for you. And I guarantee you it's good. There is freedom there. There is joy there. And that joy will sustain you until the end of time. And so I just thank you for joining us. And I really look forward to continuing this discussion with you. And I hope that you have just a wonderful and amazing day.